Alright, good afternoon ladies and gentlemen, and a very warm welcome to today's Coaches Press Conference ahead of the 43rd Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. For those of you who haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Ron Rathland, GM for Business Development at the Hong Kong Rugby Union, and I'm delighted to be your MC this afternoon. I'd like to begin by introducing our participating guests, starting with our top table. Please help me welcome our coaches this afternoon. Mario Skuman, South Africa, Gareth Baber of Fiji, Mike Friday, coach of USA, Jared Hodges, coach of Australia, and Paul John, coach of the Hong Kong Rugby Men's Sevens squad and head coach of the Elite Rugby Sevens Athletes program at the Hong Kong Sports Institute. Welcome, gentlemen. We're also delighted to have joining us this afternoon Mr. Robbie McRobbie, Chief Executive Officer of the Hong Kong Rugby Union, and Mr. Douglas Laney, World Rugby Competitions Operations Manager for Sevens. Welcome, gentlemen. To open today's proceedings, please welcome to the stage Mr. Robbie McRobbie.
Thank you, Ron. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Hong Kong Rugby Union, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the 2018 Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens. We are delighted to once again welcome visitors from around the world to Hong Kong, especially our friends from World Rugby and the international media. I would also like to extend a warm welcome and my best wishes for success to all 40 teams in Hong Kong this week who are competing against 3 different Sevens events: the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series competition and the Men's and Women's World Rugby Sevens Series qualifiers. The Hong Kong Rugby Union is honoured to be hosting the Women's Series qualifier for a second time, and we are delighted to be accommodating even more the world-class Women's Sevens actions inside the stadium, with the quarterfinals through to the cup final being played beneath the lights at the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens this year. As we look ahead to the action in store, the teams on the HSBC World Rugby Sevens Series have once again set the stage for some compelling rugby. South Africa have been the form team to date, having reached the final in 3 of the 6 tournaments so far, placing them atop the World Rugby Sevens Series table entering Hong Kong. Fiji are once again hot on their heels after winning 2 of the last 3 tournaments ahead of Hong Kong. Of course, this being the Hong Kong Sevens, one can never count out New Zealand, 12-time winners here, who will face Fiji in the pool stages this year, adding even more excitement to the opening rounds. With some of the teams keeping their powder dry for the Commonwealth Games, this year's Sevens is one of the more wide-open contests we've seen in recent years, returning Hong Kong to its traditional role as the place where the stars of tomorrow are discovered. One team not worried about the Commonwealth Games are the United States, who went to Hong Kong in 5th place in the standings after winning their home event in Las Vegas for the first time. I could also mention at least half a dozen other teams, Scotland, that can cause an upset in the pool stages and be surprise cup semi-final qualifiers at the business end of the weekend. And the hits don't stop coming either, as the standards continue to rise in the international qualifiers as well, with more and more nations pouring resources into the game. Our own Hong Kong side has been handed a challenging draw, where they will face off against Papua New Guinea, who've already appeared twice on the series this season, Germany, who reached the final of last year's qualifier, and a highly experienced Sevens outfit in Zimbabwe. Both the men's and women's teams carry the support of the entire Hong Kong rugby community and the public at large into the weekend, and we wish them the very best of performance and an unforgettable experience in 2018. As usual, the rugby will be the centrepiece of an exciting and entertainment-filled weekend, highlighted by musical entertainment from Smash Mouth, several local bands, and even a rude appearance of the King. Meanwhile, our fan engagement activities in Causeway Bay, just a drop kick away from the stadium, have been entertaining the public and building excitement for this weekend's tournaments to a fever pitch since March. Suffice it to say that there is much to be excited about when we kick off on Thursday at So Kung Po for the women and on Friday for the men. As always, there is a very long list of people to thank for the continued success of the Hong Kong Sevens, most especially our long-serving co-title sponsors, Cathay Pacific and HSBC. Their continued support is greatly appreciated, as is that of all our sponsors and patrons. I'd also like to recognise our staff and volunteers at the Hong Kong Rugby Union for their hard work, and the Hong Kong rugby community for their continuous support of the events. Without their tireless efforts and unquenchable enthusiasm, the Hong Kong Sevens would not have risen to the heights it has today. I know that everyone here is as eager as I am to hear what our invited guests have to say, so I will quickly wrap things up by thanking the media for your support and for your help in making the 2018 Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens another great success. I hope that all of you will be able to get out to some of the many various events and tournaments that are an integral part of the Rugby Sevens Week in Hong Kong, and I look forward to seeing you all at the Sevens. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Robbie. And I'd like to hear from Mr. Douglas Langley from World Rugby, please.
It's always difficult to follow Robbie, such an eloquent speaker, and as well as the fact he stole most of my lines, so I'll try not to repeat too much what Robbie said. On behalf of World Rugby, it's my pleasure to welcome you to the Cathay Pacific HSBC Hong Kong Sevens 2018. Hong Kong is always an iconic setting for Rugby Sevens, and we are looking forward to an exciting event in front of another sellout crowd. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Robbie McRobbie, Sam Pinder and the staff of Hong Kong Sevens for the work done to continue to develop the services for the teams in maximising player welfare during the team stay in Hong Kong. Thank you for taking a lot of attention to the feedback given by us and the teams over the past couple of years and making improvements for them. We have 4 days of action packed rugby ahead involving 40 teams. As well as the 7th leg of the Men's 7 Series, both the Men's and Women's 7 Series qualifiers will take place to decide which men's and women's teams will earn the right to join the 7 Series next season. There's never been quite a more competitive HSBC 7 Series than this season, with 5 different winners in the first 5 rounds and only 39 points currently separating the top 7 nations. It is all to play for. 2018 is a big year for Sevens. We've already heard about the Commonwealth Games happening next week. We have the series, we have the qualifier, and we have the Rugby World Cup Sevens, which will take place from the 20th to the 22nd of July in San Francisco. The Hong Kong Sevens is an important milestone in the build-up to San Francisco. At the conclusion of the 3 tournaments, we will have completed the seeding for Rugby World Cup Sevens, and we'll know which teams will play each other in the first round of matches at the AT&T Stadium. On the 11th of April, we will also celebrate 100 days to go as the excitement continues to build towards what promises to be a spectacular event. Ticket information can be accessed via the dedicated website for Rugby World Cup Sevens 2018. World Rugby would like to thank our partners HSBC, DHL, Capgemini and TAG Heuer, who provide vital support to ensure the event is a success. And finally, and most importantly, wish all of the 40 teams a very enjoyable Hong Kong Sevens. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Douglas. Okay, before we open the floor to questions from the media, I'd like to start the ball rolling with a couple from myself, please. First, let's start with HSBC World Rugby 7 Series leaders, South Africa. Put you on the squad, Morris. Morris, you have a lot of new faces in the squad this year. Can you tell us a bit more about the group and what you're expecting from the boys over the weekend?
Thanks, Ron. Yes, obviously we've got a couple of new players in, but for us it's all about the opportunity. We've seen the opportunity with the Commonwealth Games to use the tournament to get our young players a chance to play. And yeah, there's no lack of talent. 6 of them played in the Vancouver tournament. Yeah, so our only obstacle for us will be the Hong Kong lights and the 40,000 spectators. But yeah, for us it's all about one thing, and that's opportunity. I think we'll reap the rewards next season, given the boys from can come now.
Fantastic, look forward to seeing them out there. Gareth, you're on record as saying that Fiji aims to win both here and at the Commonwealth Games. What does that say about the status of Hong Kong Sevens at home in Fiji? And what is it that makes Hong Kong tournament so important for the Fijians?
Well, probably answer those in reverse. I think that anybody who happens to have been around Fiji when it comes to Hong Kong Sevens over the past 30 years will probably see just what it means to Fijians. This is their heavier competition. You can bet that everybody, the whole place will come to a standstill when it comes to the tournament itself. It lives in their memories because of the greats like I said already, and the teams that came here and made Sevens so special, made the Sevens special around the world as well. I think that for Fijians, this is as big as any tournament that exists in Sevens. For me, a strong relationship with Hong Kong anyway. It's a huge emphasis for obviously our performances here. In terms of wanting to win both, obviously I think all of these coaches would admit that we all want to win every competition we go into, otherwise we wouldn't be sat in front of you in the first place. There's a bit of a different scenario this year, but ultimately I've selected squad to go and win the world tournaments. That's what's expected in Fiji. There's the level of scrutiny that this team is under. And for us back in Fiji with recent issues with the flooding and things with the cyclone, you know, we really, obviously the players realise exactly what the responsibility is to the country. And you know, there is certain emphasis on Fiji play well, the country rejoice, and we're certainly going to know in the next couple of weeks.
Good all this into perspective as well. You see what happens. Thanks very much, Coach. Now let's turn to Mike Friday, the US Eagles. Mike, for a team whose rise to the top of the table has surprised few, but impressed many, how do you rate the chances this weekend with other teams focusing on the Commonwealth Games?
I think the Commonwealth Games obviously is a great event, but I think people need to realise that the teams actually in Hong Kong now at this moment, Scotland have strengthened, Wales have strengthened, Fiji are fully loaded, USA are in a good position, Argentina have strengthened, France has strengthened. So the competition is as intense as ever. We happen to be in a group with only Wales who are going to the Commonwealth Games. So we're in a tough group. We're under no illusion how tough it is to win any game of sevens now on this world circuit. And we realise that if we can put together our attacking game, then we'll hopefully entertain the Hong Kong crowd, and hopefully we will be able to progress in what will be another sensational Hong Kong Sevens tournament. You know, there's a lot of people have their favourites, where people will suggest Fiji may be the favourites, or you know, South Africa may be the favourites, or USA, but ultimately it's about what team delivers on that pitch Friday, Saturday and Sunday in what is an electric atmosphere, and our boys are looking forward to that opportunity, as Maris has talked about. Whether you've been here once or 10 times, when you get the opportunity to play at Hong Kong Sevens, you grasp it with both hands and you live it and you enjoy the dream and you enjoy the moment, and that's what the USA team are going to do this weekend.
Thanks very much, Mike. And Jared, as host of the Commonwealth Games, Australia may be the most preoccupied team with the upcoming competition. How have you approached Hong Kong, and what kind of side have you brought up from down under, and what are you expecting from the weekend?
Yeah, obviously hosting the games is an exciting time back home, but we've got 8 people up here who are really focused around putting their best foot forward at this tournament. Hong Kong Sevens is a prestigious tournament, and I know as a young fellow growing up back home, my early memories of seeing some of those greats from Fiji in particular hosting the cup, and so you know, this tournament holds a special place in Australia. Those early years we sent up some quality teams and the likes of the Elevators and Co. So yeah, it's a special tournament. For our group, it is a young group. Mary spoke about it's a group who are grabbing their first opportunity, so we'll have 7 debutants. Our average age is 22, but I think, as you said earlier, this tournament is about the stars of tomorrow, and we're hoping to unearth some of those stars this weekend.
Brilliant, thank you. And finally, our own Hong Kong coach, Paul John. Paul, the level of competition in the qualifier continues to grow year on year. How is Hong Kong managing to keep up with the pace? And how do you rate your chances to book that elusive golden ticket this year?
Yeah, you know, the groups get stronger and stronger, the sides bring more resource into sevens, and we find ourselves third season this year's group, so we've got a difficult first couple of games. So we just focus on that for us today. We've got Papua New Guinea and Germany Both happened to be doing really well when they played in the series this year. Germany have been really strong. We have trained against them this summer, so we know what they're about. But it's we look at all the other groups, we've got Japan, Ireland, you've got lots of sides who will be training for this tournament, so we're no loser, it's very difficult. But as Mike said, if we're competitive and we can get our processes right and everything, you've got a chance in sevens. But it's trying to help boys relax and express themselves rather than bring themselves as a challenge this weekend, I think.
We're all behind the net, so looking forward to watching it. Okay, I'd like to open the floor to the media for some questions. Please just sort of put your hand up and state your name.
All right, Jared, it's been 30 years. I understand since Australia title here. Can you give us a little bit of a background of some of the players that brought this tournament and what you're telling them, kids who might not have seen the footage of those glory days that Alice and
I guess the first thing that we did was we brought some experience in the squad now, Captain Con Foley, who has over 40 caps, representing Australia at Rio. So bringing him in and with his experience has really helped young fellas relax and focus. We've also brought Sam Figg, who has a number of caps on the World Series circuit as well. So we saw the excitement and the benefits that you get with youth. We also try to balance that with bringing some experience into the side. In terms of the messaging, for us, it's really about holding our nerve. These guys now are all full-time base program players within our squad, so they know our systems, they know our structures. I see it confidently saying that we're amongst the fittest squads on the circuit. So these guys have done their hard work. 3-day tournament can take the best out of, or the most out of any player. So there's challenges in that. And so we feel we're comfortable with where we're at on a fitness basis. I think 3-day tournament actually suits this young group. The fact that we can really focus wholly and solely on Friday and look to get a result there, regroup, and then go again for Saturday. We're under no illusion, we've got a tough group. Spain, this will be the 5th time this year we've played them, so we know what to expect from Spain. I think they've shown everyone this year that they mean business. They're already next to qualified for next season, and they've built a good program, and they're well coached. Canada made a semi-final. We played them at home and struggled to get over the top of them in Vancouver. And then you've got Kenya. Finalists, big, strong. So we believe we're in a tough group, but we're also prepared for that and looking forward to that.
Jared, any more questions from the floor?
Yeah, Paul, I was looking to getting Max Stemmer up into the senior ranks as a young guy in a Hong Kong raised kid that's gone on and done schooling in the UK. How important is that to show kids that they can break through to this setup and there's a future for them in Hong Kong, maybe in representative level at the very top of the game?
Yeah, I think that's one of our main challenges here in Hong Kong really is. It's the 20s of the rise in sevens rugby. And a lot of children in Hong Kong go away to school, go away to university, go away to sixth form colleges and try to keep the talent within Hong Kong as a challenge. And I think for quite a few boys we've trained in our squad throughout the last 8 months. And thankfully 3 or 4 of them have decided to stay, and hopefully I see Max Denmark getting the Hong Kong squad and playing the Hong Kong sevens and inspire a few more of them to stay within the environment for the next couple of years and to grow the sevens within Hong Kong again. So it is a challenge because a lot of as you said, for education, which is a good example Max is, but you tell him because he felt he deserves it as well. He's done really well for the last 4 or 5 months since he came back from school, and he's a strong young kid, he's exciting talent, so hopefully he can children over the weekend, but it's an example really of what we're developing within the top. So that's just vital for us to keep doing that.
Photos from everyone.
Alright, then we're just going to grab a quick couple of photographs, and then the coach will stay behind for a few one-on-one interview opportunities for us in a minute or two.